Hi everybody, this is Sister Omi. I hope everyone's doing well. I'm here to do, excuse me, I'm having my morning coffee also. I'm here to do the full moon reading, the full moon in Scorpio for the sign of Leo. And that's for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. So Leo, what's up? This full moon is going to be intense. And this is for everyone. So let's just take a moment and look at this full moon. It's going to be intense for everyone, but at the same time, it's really a good time to go deep within and take our own evaluations and see what's going on with us on the inside. In addition to going deep and seeing what's on the inside, this will be a good time to think about how you feel. Because with all that intensity, maybe you're like feeling it in your body, like some aches and like minor irritations, aches or pains. So I would suggest that maybe you do some yoga, get a massage, just dance, have sex. Anything that's going to release some of that pent-up tension that you may be holding in our bodies. And at the same time, when we're going deep within, we may have to make some changes. And the changes I'm talking about are the changes you would make like when you're exerting too much energy in areas you don't want to. So you want to look at how you're using your time and energy. You want to put it towards the things you really want to develop and what you really want. Now, this may also lead to having some tough conversations. And I want to caution you, everyone is feeling it at this time. So you can handle the conversation. It's going to be in how you approach it. But sometimes having conversations are very good form of healing. Because it can cleanse, it can purify, it can move, it'll allow you to move past. But at this full moon, I couldn't urge you enough to be mindful of how you approach the situation. If you're going to come off like a tyrant, being just an argument. You don't want to get into arguments where people's voices elevate and all that, or you just dominate the conversation, don't want someone else to speak. You're not going to get what you want. So just be mindful of that. The interesting too at this full moon is called the flower moon. And the flower moon is about flow and grow. So it's like go with the flow and you're going to grow. So Leo, this full moon in particular, how is it going to impact you? Well, let's see. I would say your family members probably think that you are, wonderful. They may be impressed, but it may not be time, or is it time for you to start pursuing a more personally meaningful goal? Especially if you've been taking care of your family all this time, like the kids are growing, or at least they're at a spot now where you may want to consider, or what type of legacy you want to build. What do you want to build? What is it that you want to leave for your family? Now, I know people think about finances and different things, but it could also be how they see you. Maybe they see you as one type of person, and through your experiences and what you're going to do, they can maybe see you as more of a trailblazer, more as a compassionate person. You know what that is, but consider what legacy you want to build. So what I see here for Earth, now this is definitely controlling. This is controlling. You see, he's sitting on all four of his pentacles. He has to control everything and everybody. So it could, besides being controlling, it also could be a sign of philanthropy or status. But you need to be mindful of becoming overly possessive and greedy and consumed with something or being consumed that something may be taken away from you. So that's just something to be mindful of. There's a sense of security here. So is that what you're trying to hold on to, that security? But I urge you not to cling too much to your possessions. Don't force control and don't stand in the way of change. What legacy do you want to create? Like, are you just, and you know what? The pentacles here, it could be something in your home, but it maybe is also something in your home, your physical home where you live, but then your body, the physical home of your spirit, your soul, is there's something that you may need to change, or an idea or a philosophy that you're just holding on to because you don't want to change. So not wanting to change, what type of legacy are you what are you leaving? Stubbornness. So it's just, this could be taken in different levels. This could pertain to family, your family at work, your family, your relationship, even with yourself for that matter. So what are you clinging to? What are you clinging to? Or is it just a matter of status? You know what people say, what it look like? That's important to you, the status. Queen of Swords. Yee-ah. She don't look like no joke. See her? She's slinging that blade right there. She moving. Oh. But the queen is someone who has gone through a lot of things. She had to evolve to become the queen. She had to go through a bunch of trials and tribulations to even become the queen. So, the Queen of Swords, she's about honesty. You're astute, you're forthright. There's a sense of need for comfort and assurance. Now, swords is of the mind. This is air. So you're dealing with your ambition, your action, your courage. Is there conflict? Or is there some type of intellectual, maybe an intellectual situation that you just can't figure out at this time, and it's wearing on you? I'm not going to say wearing on you. It's just something that you're thinking about. But like I said earlier, be mindful at this full moon, Saturday in Scorpio, because you don't want to sling that blade on the wrong person and you think you cutting them down, and you might be cutting yourself down or cut yourself short. Let's put it that way. You're going to cut yourself short if you come off the wrong way. And the queen is definitely very confident, She wants more in life. You have dreams, ideas, things that you want to put out there in the world. So maybe those are the things that you're contemplating. And maybe that's why you're just holding on while you strategize on the situation here. But at the same time, we want to be mindful of this is just not being a control issue. And is this idea that you're working on possibly or want to put forth? I mean, are you like, well, everyone know like Leo is the boss, but the one thing I've noticed about bosses, a lot of people smile in their face. But when you turn your back, so which boss do you want to be? Do you want to be the boss that's really respected, or you want to be the boss that's the tyrant control freak? So, now the advice card that I received. This is the advice card, or the message that's really just for you. This is the Three of Cups. So this is about us having a sense of community. Community values. What do you value in your community? Are you full of energy? You trust and appreciate your friends? Do you really trust them, or are they just tools? And I'm saying that based on the other cards, trying to have that control. So here, this is about using your charm, your joy, your creativity, and being able to celebrate. You see, they're all sitting there. See, they're all toasting. They're celebrating, and they're giving thanks for the things that have come to them, or all the things that you've been working on this time. And this is also about developing new friendships. New friendships blossom and warm your heart. So this is really, in a sense, a form of expansion. Now, it's interesting that they have the heart here right on the table, because the heart, that emotion, these things that you're feeling, this is cups, this is water, this is that intensity. So with this 3 of Cups, with this right here, this need for control or status, so opening your heart here is going to be water. That water is watering the earth here. That may soften you up a little bit, because you really want to have a sense of joy and jubilation. You want everybody to be happy. You don't want them to see you as some type of tyrant or narcissist. That's a word that's really thrown around a lot lately. But nevertheless, you don't want to be that person. Or is it that you're, this is a sense of security for you, that holding on to that status. What this is saying here, loosen up a little bit. Loosen up a little bit. And the message here that Spirit, your ancestors, your angels, advice, however you want to look at it, this 3 of Cups, the message is any difficulty whatsoever can be overcome without a problem. Therefore, do not allow fear to obscure your point of view. Fascinating. Is it fear that's making you cling right here or hold on kind of tight? Is it why you maybe feel that sense of control? You don't have to feel. I urge you not to be motivated by the fear or be guided by the fear. But that's a good thing about this Scorpio moon. This is one of those issues maybe you could delve deep into and come up with some resolve for yourself. Take your own inventory. And maybe you come up and say some of these things are fear-based. And let me just look at this now. Like, this could also, even though this is Earth, and we're going to look at put this in the perspective of your physical body, why you may be feeling a certain type of way, because you've held on to something that's so long that may not be really serving you, and maybe you reach this plateau, and holding on so long, you haven't been able to really move forward and evolve the way you would like, because you're clinging to something in the past. In addition to that, there's this very strong possibility that this queen has been, slinging that blade, and she did not use her life wisdom, life experience to really look at a situation, and maybe some things were cut off that really should not have been. But nevertheless, moving forward to create that change, after you're taking that inventory or delving deep within yourself, really look at this here, because Leos can be like party people too. They're a Leo's in a room because they're always the center of attention. Not always, but for the most part, you're going to notice them even if they're not talking. So you want, the way I see it, you want to be this person giving that toast, and everyone is giving you the accolades. And how are you going to do that if you don't use your charm and bring in some joy, and maybe let go of something old that you've been holding on to that just really is not going to serve you at this time? This is a time of evolution. Remember, this is the flower moon. Flow and grow. Okay? Now, the crystal that I pulled, the polychrome jasper. I don't have one of those. That's an interesting, it looks like a real pretty Easter egg. But this is about belonging. The polychrome jasper is a shaman stone that assists with traveling between worlds, offering protection while you travel. It helps you to remember why you live here on Earth. And realize that you belong to a greater group, be it your family, your clan. So if this is a time where you're feeling isolated, reach out to others of strength rather than neediness. This stone offers security. For companionship, choose an animal ally. So maybe you might get a pet. Ground your efforts in the practical everyday world. You have a gift of meditation or mediation, and see all sides of an issue. So here, just realize there's big changes that are coming, so you need to make sure that you balance your emotions and your energy and nurture yourself so that you can find your joy. So dis-ease arises out of ancestral distress. So healing and forgiveness sent down your family line will replace this well-being. Now this, I think, is interesting. The chakra that it stimulates is the spleen chakra, the earth chakra, and then there's also a chakra called the soma, which is like at the hairline. And the signs, Leo, Libra, and Aquarius. So this is in your sign. So I strongly urge you to maybe, especially thinking about your client, they say things that are sent down your ancestral line. Maybe it's a time, maybe want to look at your, well, let me stop here, because what's interesting, this is tying right, goes right into this base chakra, this foundation. This is what makes you feel secure, your family. So maybe is there something going on with your family, you maybe need to secure your base with that? Because this is about belonging. And maybe that's it. Maybe you need to secure the foundation, the base of your family. But let's just look at this. This is that root chakra. This is where you feel secure. This is this particular chakra, just like the stone. The stone is that earth star chakra, which is 6 inches under your feet. This is the base. But this base chakra is also ruled by fire. So this is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. Now, as I said earlier, this full moon, maybe you're feeling things in your body, some stress or tension. But on one hand, maybe you have been getting sick or feeling some insomnia, or you having some other type of issues. Maybe this is fear, or maybe you're feeling insecure, or there's an inability to focus. Have you been feeling fatigued or low energy or anything like that? Or have you been obsessed with money, or you have the inability to be really generous, or is there a fear of change? So I urge you, eat protein, root vegetables, make sure you get enough sleep, get a massage, exercise, go outside, walk barefoot on the ground, get yourself grounded. Yoga, which I stated earlier, because see, that yoga and some of these things, this is to secure your base, and this is what you want to do, secure your foundation. And family is really important. Know that the energy of your ancestors are surrounding you. It's a powerful time for healing family wounds and dissolving any ancestral karma. It has been understood for thousands of years that we carry throughout our bloodlines old patterns and karma from those issues can be handed down the family line. So in emotional, mental, and spiritual imbalances. This is a big chance that any challenge you are going through at this time could be connected in some way to family karma. So take a moment and tune in by being quiet the mind, take some time to be still and listen. And you can identify that root or the root of the issue so that you could bring light to it and have a conversation in your mind with that family member. See yourself handling the issue. Wow, this is amazing. So we have to allow energy to be released, especially at this Scorpio moon. This is making you really delve deep. Maybe there's some family issues you need to heal or that you can heal. And allow the energy to release you from the karma as you now receive love, wisdom, and guidance from your ancestors. Family is an integral part of your life. You're born into these tribes for a reason. So the big lesson of unconditional love through interactions with challenges with family. This could be sign of family members passed away, and that spirit is supporting you and guiding you. So maybe you have an ancestor around you or an ancestral spirit. I know some people, you think about that. You ever experience, you're out, you're talking with your friends. It's like, hear somebody say, oh, if my mother would say this, and your mother is, is now a reverend ancestor. And you would think about what your mother would say, or, these are these little subtleties that come to you at this time. Take a moment and sit in nature. Go to your tree, sit. Open yourself up to hear the whispers of wisdom from your ancestors, the ones who walked this path before you. Wow. That's amazing. They've walked that path, and they're going to light you up with that sense of belonging. And whatever messages it's going to be, maybe allow you to be more joyful and realize you don't have to cling to certain beliefs that may have made you stagnant in the physical world. And you're going to act like the queen, use confidence and be self-assured versus being a tyrant. There's a difference, People love the self-assured one. The tyrant is something else. So Leo, wow, your reading is really interesting. So at this full moon in Scorpio, you're going to delve deep. Don't look at anyone else. Look at yourself, delving deep, and really, wow. What is this like family came up with the crystal, family came up with the chakra, your family came up where you, in different aspects of all of this. What legacy do you want to build, Leo? What legacy are you building? That's the question. When you delve deep within yourself, that's the question you want to find an answer to. So let me know what you think, Leo. That's Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising. Like, share, subscribe. Feel free to leave a comment and give me a thumbs up. This is Sister Omi. Peace.